Hi, welcome to tonight's broadcast at Qucs, Quality, Unbiased, Central Servicing. I think we have a really stacked roster today, don't you?
I think we do. I think you'll be entertained thoroughly in this
I
program.
think you're right. I think first off, we're going to throw it to weather, get that out of the way.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Ray will take care of us in that regard.
Oh, yes. Tell me if I have to wear my poncho today. Man.
And then we're going to throw it to a story about bagels and how they might be a part of your personality.
That one's my story. I cannot wait for that. We're looking at some exciting stuff here. Exciting stuff about bagels.
I'll imagine. Next, we're going to go into politics. Politics is going to be really interesting. We got a lot of international, hard-hitting interviews, really entertaining stuff.
So apparently, politics doesn't just happen in America. It happens all over the world. I never knew that. Wow.
That's crazy.
That's crazy
to me. It really puts things into perspective, doesn't it?
Wow.
That is crazy. Then we have my own segment about history and historical events that have happened throughout the years on April 12th.
Oh, wow. All the things that happened on April 12th. I can't wait to see that.
It's really interesting. A lot of notable things.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to sports. I'm really excited about, all the sports.
Sports.
They
have, each of them, I noticed this about sports a couple days ago. Each of them seem to have a different type of ball. The balls are different on the different sports teams. Some of them are lemons with laces on them.
Then we have a funny little lighthearted segment about how social media would take over our jobs.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, man.
I know. I think imagine Snapchat's the new system.
Snap me the news, please.
Please.
Oh, man. Please tell me about all the news that's happening in your life through pictures. Only pictures? No, that's
Facebook?
not Facebook.
Facebook. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We'll get into that later.
Right.
And then we're going to wrap some things up, but first we're going to throw it to the weather. Take it away, Ray.
Hi, I'm Ray Nin. I was busy playing video games in my grandma's basement when I was dragged out here to do Siri's job. Wow, I hate my job. So, let's take a look at the weather for today. Since climate change is still a thing, temperatures are going to be a high in the mid-70s and a low in the 40s tonight. Oh, what's that? Okay, seems that I've just gotten news that the temperatures have dropped slightly, so scratch everything I've said before. We are now looking at a high of 52 with a low of 36. Okay, more news. So the cold front is moving in now, and the temperatures are still steadily dropping. It is currently in the low 20s, and the rain has now turned to snow. Okay. Oh. Wow, a jacket. How convenient. Just put this on real quick for that snow. Oh yeah, that is toasty. Okay, so the cold front has gotten larger, and the snowflakes are now the size of hamsters. Oh. Wow. Yes, these snowflakes are quite large. Thank God that did not hit me in the head. Okay. So the weather has changed once again. It is now hailing, and a few tornadoes have touched down near the area. 10 to be precise. Oh wow. It sounds like God is coming to save us right now. We really need that. So as you can hear and see, people are running around, screaming frantically. Okay, it's just one guy. And he's in shorts and a t-shirt. That is not too smart. Okay, back over here. So, back to those tornadoes. They are moving roughly 35 miles per hour and hurling debris at violent and dangerous speeds. Nothing too crazy, but keep an eye out for those tornadoes. So, the temperature is still quickly dropping. It is now negative 46, and there are now reports of people literally frozen on sidewalks. I don't know how that happens. That is quite dangerous. Oh, wow. A scarf. Yes, that's exactly what I need right now. I'll just put that on. Oh, yes. I suggest everyone grabs their warmest clothes, like I have here, and evacuates as fast as humanly possible. Just make sure to keep an eye out for those deadly tornadoes. The temperature seems to have finally stabilized at around negative 68, so overall pretty nice weather, nothing too crazy. Hopefully the rest of the week stays just as consistent. Okay, I am going back to take shelter in my grandma's basement and play video games. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Welcome back to QUCS, where quality really matters. And I guess I gotta take it away here.
Yep, it is your turn.
The news broadcast is mine for right now. This is my story. You may have heard this earlier, but apparently bagels, yes, bagels can match your personality. You can decide what type of bagel you'll be based off of a new BuzzFeed quiz talking about
crazy.
what type of bagel matches your personality.
You know, I've always really liked bagels.
What bagel do you think you'd be?
Probably blueberry. Pretty classic,
Blueberry. A lot of
solid.
people are blueberry. You know, a lot of people are blueberry. I'm an everything bagel because I'm a little bit here, I'm a little bit there, I'm a little bit everywhere.
You are,
I
aren't
have
you?
bagel. I am bagel all over the place. Jim, I don't know how. Cameraman Jim, he was something. And like cinnamon. Oh, yeah, you're a little bit spicy. Okay.
A little spicy.
Little spicy
Just like
Jim.
Jim.
We have fun here in the studio, guys. We
a
have
good
so
time.
much fun.
Is
Jim.
that right, Martha?
Martha. Yeah.
Anyway.
Martha's fun too. Anyways, I was going around the table at my own like family dinner, and we were talking about this, and you would not believe what the rest of my family was. Most of them were
I'm
blueberry.
Okay.
Most of them were blueberry.
Makes sense.
And then my uncle Tony, he took over, and we call him Big Italy because Tony, he's so much fun. He loves to eat. I'll say that's one of his main personality traits. But it was interesting what he got. Instead of a bagel, he got a donut.
That is interesting.
I don't know. Maybe it's because of his diabetes. He was telling me that's a thing, apparently.
Wow.
Apparently,
people are coming up with so many new trends now.
I know. I was like, way to hop on the trend, Big Italy.
Way to go, Big Italy.
So I posted on my Instagram later this evening saying, #donut, #diabetes. And I'd like you to join me in doing that.
Absolutely.
With the help.
#donut diabetes.
I love it so much.
It is
I love it so much.
fantastic.
Dying early, right?
Let's go.
Dying early. That's
To
what
die
my
early.
uncle says. He's gonna die at 40. So, all right.
All right, got any more for us?
I have that's about it. That's about it. Oh wait, one more question for everyone. Following up, would you spread cream cheese on yourself if you were a bagel?
Oh, absolutely.
I
gotta
think
say I
everyone would. Everyone would.
See,
Jim
I think-
would. Jim would.
Oh, you're crazy, Jim.
Jim is crazy.
See, I think my issue becomes, how would I not eat myself?
Yes, that.
How would I not eat myself?
I know, and I'm just so delicious already. Me as an everything bagel, could you imagine?
I couldn't.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
want to eat you.
Yeah, I think we'd all want to eat ourselves except for maybe Martha. I'm just joking, Martha! Oh, we have fun.
Oh, yes. Now, so we actually are going to go into some politics. So we're actually going to keep up with our international politics. We got some interviews going on right now, so let's throw it to them.
News from China. China is keeping a top secret watch list of U.S. trackers from celebrities like me to everyday individuals like you. How do you feel about this?
Don't really have an opinion, I guess. This is my first time hearing about it.
What do you think they're doing with the list?
Not actually.
Very, very smart. Northern Ireland leaders call for calm after a night of rioting. How would you survive a potato famine?
I'd probably just eat something else.
How do you feel about potatoes?
I honestly don't even like them that much unless they're French fried.
Very wise words. Secretary of State has less power and the state election board has more power. What would you do with this power?
Any power? I would ban all potatoes. Besides French fries. With cheese.
Thank you for your time.
That is some interesting stuff. Did you hear what they said about just eat something else?
I know. Crazy.
Crazy.
But my question is if they were out of potatoes, why didn't they just plant more potatoes, you know? It's a simple solution. Anyways, moving from international problems to what's going on in our neck of the woods here in the United States of America.
I would sure like to know.
Going on to you to national politics.
Hello, I'm Paul A. Tix, and we're in front of the Jefferson County Library, and we're interviewing random people at the library about how Biden has done in his first 100 days as president. So recently, in a press conference, Biden has says, get those clips that have multiple bullets in them, not for sale. How do you interpret that?
I didn't know you could buy clips with bullets in them. Man, I need to find the store that sells them. I don't think those should be banned. I like that idea.
How do you think Biden has handled being in office so far?
Well, I mean, if he can make it up some stairs, then I guess he's doing all right. I'm just afraid he might crack his noggin one of these days. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that fella.
What do you think about Aunt Jemima being rebranded for using the face of the founder?
I love me some Aunt Jemima. I don't think that name should be changed at all. I think this cancel culture's gone crazy.
Biden has announced that he wants to require background checks and add serial numbers to firearm kits, which wasn't a thing before. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, most of my friends don't have serial numbers on their guns, so that would be real hard to focus on that. But, you know, if he wants to try to do that, you know, I guess, you know, whatever floats his boat.
Very interesting interview that they had over there.
Agree. Those are some crazy characters.
Oh yes, going out to libraries. But it really shows you really how America, we're so cocked and ready to go. We're all so
Locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded. That's how we are as Americans. Man, they were right about those guns. I know so many people with guns. I personally keep a .25 caliber shotgun under this desk.
Do you now?
Yes.
See, I keep a .26 caliber shotgun underneath my desk.
Wow.
Anyway,
That's
I really liked what they were talking about with Biden getting up those stairs. That is his challenge. We all have our challenges in life. We do.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard. Our struggles are different. Biden's is stairs. Anyway, I think that was good interview, but I think we really need to get centralized, you know, the C in our name. So why don't we go to some local politics?
Politics, yes.
Hi, this is John, doesn't know personal space, here with Clandestine Basketball. Here with an interview for Something News. How are you doing today, Clandestine Basketball?
Well, how are you?
Really? I'm great. I love your sweater.
Thank you. I like your glasses.
Really? I don't. Anyway, I'm here to talk to you about the recent St. Louis mayoral vote, where Tashara Jones, that's her name, succeeded over Cara Spencer, 52 to 48 in the total vote spectrum. How do you feel about that?
I feel like nothing's going to change.
Really? Why is that?
Because St. Louis is a dying city.
I'm from St. Louis. Are you from here?
Yeah.
Really? Alright, moving on. How do you, what's your opinion on her? She's the first black woman mayor for St. Louis. That's quite the thing. This is the 67th. 47th. My bad. These are prescription. This is the 67th.
47?
Yeah, 47. Yeah. Yeah, 47.
I don't know, I'm not looking.
It's quite the accomplishment, and we've only had one previous woman. She wasn't black, she was white, and we've had one other black there. So this is quite the accomplishment. How do you feel about that?
I feel pretty good about that.
Really? Okay. Well, how do you feel? How do you feel about her haircut? You know, like it just kind of flows to the
I
side.
think it looks great.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Yeah. Her husband's actually bald, and I think it's kind of selfish of her.
Very.
Yeah, she's married, and her husband, he's bald. And I think it's kind of selfish of her, and I know I shouldn't be personal, but I think it's kind of selfish of her that she has to share her hair with her husband. Because it's like really shiny, it's really distracting whenever I see him. Do you think she should maybe share her hair with him? Because I think that'd be really.
I think that would show a lot of selfless action on her part. If she's a government official and she's looking out for the other person, the average man, being a man with little hair, I feel like that would show her dedication to other people. If she gave him her hair.
Yeah, I just didn't like his head.
Maybe she should shave her head.
Yeah, and then give him the wig. Yeah, that'd be pretty
Or
good.
just shave her head and then both be
Yeah, I think it might be better for her actually because she really. Yeah, I think she can pull that off. Yeah, I think that would totally work.
You smell really good.
Thank you. Can I touch your beard? Okay, next question. Do you believe Cara Spencer would have been a better fit for the mayor of St. Louis?
Don't know anything about her.
No. No, she's very short hair. She's white. She's also a
Is she-
woman.
How's she look? Pretty?
She's just average, I'd say. I mean, she's older. I can't really say anything about
Jones
that.
is prettier.
Yeah.
Jones is prettier.
All right. Well, I have one last question for you. How do you think Jones will handle the current situation upon this epidemic and pandemic, whatever? I don't really care anymore. With all with the recent jailbreaks and the other stuff that's not good happening. Do you think she'll be able to handle it well during all this?
She's really pretty. What did you ask? I was.
Yeah.
smell good.
Thank you. Hi.
You're welcome.
That's all we have for today. Goodbye.
Look at that. Our best reporter going at it.
Oh, I'm so
I'm
proud.
so proud. I mean, he did his best with what he had. I mean, I don't think that guy was the brightest. I mean,
Oh.
did you hear what he said about St. Louis being a dying city?
Yeah, dying city.
Last I checked, cities aren't alive.
They're not alive.
They can't die.
I'll tell you what. I'll be going down the streets of St. Louis. I don't feel it breathing. I don't feel the ground going up and down. I'm sorry, Jeffrey.
I don't try to get the arch health care.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Imagine that.
I've never seen my city sick or take a sick day. No, it's open every day.
Buildings, infrastructure, those things aren't living.
No, not living at all. Oh,
There's so much history in this city, it's never gonna go away.
never. All right.
Oh.
Anyway, speaking of history, I heard that you had a great segment about history. We talked about it earlier in the program.
Yes, I do, thank you. So I have set up a little segment about history about the date of April 12th. Throughout history, a bunch of interesting things have happened on April 12th. And the reason that day is significant is it is indeed today.
Ooh.
So our first day is back in 1204. The Fourth Crusade completely took over the city of Constantinople.
I think you mean Istanbul.
No, Istanbul was Constantinople.
Istanbul was Constantinople? Why did Constantinople get the works?
Well, that's nobody's business with the Turks.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, then in 1811, the first settlers on the Pacific coast of the United States of America, or the colonies at that point, landed at Port Disappointment, Washington.
Disappointment, Washington.
I know. I'm
wow.
sure you're familiar with that area.
Oh, yes. Oh, you're such a joker, Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah.
I
I'm
get
not
paid
joking.
more. Oh.
Then in 1955, the polio vaccine was officially declared safe and anyone could use it. I don't know if you knew this, but in the 50s, polio was rampant. A lot of kids were locked in boxes to breathe. They called them iron lungs.
Iron lungs. That sounds like a crappy comic book villain there. Iron lungs.
I am iron lungs.
I am iron lungs. I smoke 10 packs a day and it does nothing. Oh.
Anyway, then in 1988, this one's exciting. Harvard University created the first genetically modified animal. It was a little mouse, but the most intriguing part to me is it was never named.
Never named. Wow.
I think we get to name it here today.
Oh,
I
yes.
think we can do that.
Yes.
What's your first idea for a name?
Okay, I was looking at little strong one, as he shows that he's a little guy who's survived above all odds, and he's the one that survived.
I was thinking Gary because I like SpongeBob.
Oh, well, maybe we should have a little vote here in the studio, Jim.
I think you're right. You're right. Martha, you don't count today. Jim.
Martha, no. Jim, what do you think? I think he's going with Gary.
Gary's
a classic. I'll give it
classic.
because of you, Jim. Okay.
Jim decided it. It is Gary.
I'll go with Gary.
Well, that's my history segment. I think that's pretty informative, pretty fun.
Yeah.
Next, we get to go to sports. I think we got a really great sports team
sports
today.
games.
We love sports.
We love sports.
Sports.
Get this stuff. Hi, I'm Herbert Blaine Wolfenschliegenstein Bergerdorf.
And I'm Move Along Wrong.
And today we'll be talking about the past plays and games that happened this past week and month.
And we'll also be telling you about today's schedule and with some facts. It won't be the entire schedule. It won't be all necessary facts to the teams.
Just the more interesting ones.
Yes.
So I think today, right now, we should talk about the MLB first.
Okay, and starting off the day, we have the Phillies versus the Mets at 6:10.
That's a pretty good lineup right there.
Yeah.
We've got two good teams. The Mets, fun fact about them, the New York Mets are still paying Bobby Bonilla, a man who last played for them in 1999, $1.19 million a year until 2035.
That's a really long time, especially for a major league team.
Yeah, I know, right? And so such a player that like that much money for that long, that's so much money you're losing.
Exactly. Well, moving along, we have the Cubs versus the Brewers at 6:40. It'll be an interesting game. Personally, got the jersey on. I'm going for the Cubs.
I think we've got the Cubs on this one too.
Yeah. Well, fun fact that involves their stadium a little bit is that the baseball fans eat enough hot dogs to make a trail from the Dodger Stadium all the way to Wrigley Field.
That's a long ways away.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'd want to see that trail.
I would like to see
it
that
would
trail.
be gone in an hour.
Yes, it would.
Not even. Well, moving along, we have the Cardinals versus Nationals at 6:45 tonight. It'll be an interesting game. It's going to be
good strong game. I think the Nationals have got this one. Winning the World Series 2 years ago, they've got a good run on their backs. But a fun fact about the Cardinals is that they haven't had fans in their stands in over 500 days.
That's a long time, personally, especially for a fan not to be able to watch their team in person. That was the whole point of sports.
That would suck. I would hate that.
Yeah. Well, moving along to the next
sport, I think we've got basketball.
Basketball's next. Okay.
All right, basketball's on the menu.
Starting off tonight will be the Lakers versus the Knicks. It'll be an interesting game, personally. Lakers. I don't know much about basketball though.
I think we've got the Lakers on the win sheet today. But fun fact about the Lakers past. Kobe Bryant has the record for most missed shots in the NBA.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
That's a lot, especially for him being one of the most known for shots.
Yeah, so, everyone's saying Kobe all the time. When they throw something in a trash can, it's very iconic.
Yeah. Well, moving on to the next game, we've got the Bulls versus the Grizzlies at 8 o'clock. Coming from this, we don't really have a fact for it, but we have a fact about NBA in general, which is 60% of NBA players, after retirement, 5 years to be exact, go bankrupt, which is really interesting for it being a big sport and lots of money.
So many good players that just go bankrupt.
Yeah.
So many players.
Really sad, really sad.
Really sad.
Coming to the next topic, we're moving along to the NHL.
We've got big boys playing today. We've got what's the first game of the day?
First game of the day is the Maple Leafs versus the Canadiens.
That's a pretty good lineup. I think we got the Maple Leafs on that one. They've got the first place in their division right now, and the Maple Leafs also have a fun fact that they have 3 of the first overall draft picks from their respective drafts.
Yeah, especially from the fact that a lot of them were one of them was traded from one of my teams, one of 2 teams, the Sharks. Really sucks that we lost them.
Well, yeah, but hopefully he might get himself a Stanley Cup this year because the Toronto Maple Leafs are a really good team right now.
Yeah, well, coming up next at 8 o'clock, we have the Coyotes versus the Avalanche. I'm gonna go for the Avalanche. I like both teams.
I think the Avalanche have got this one. They're doing really good right now. They're really hot. They're top of the league in their division, respectively. And I think they've got a good game and some good players on that team that can win them this game.
I don't really have a fact for the Coyotes or the Avalanche, but the worst team in the league, the Buffalo, they got a pretty fun team in 74. Their GM, Punch Imlach, drafted a fake person from Tokyo, Japan, from the team, the Tokyo Katanas. His name, which was not a real person, is Taro Tsujimoto, is how we're going to say it. I cannot pronounce Japanese names, but it's really interesting.
It's a fun prank to pull on someone especially as high as a GM on a team. That's a really fun prank. I wish I thought of that.
They also did it to the NHL officials, which is really interesting because who would mess with the NHL?
Yeah, I
the
know.
NHL.
Why would you mess with the NHL official? That's pretty risque.
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about one of these upcoming games. Which one do you want to talk about for the NHL?
I think we've got Toronto and the Canadians. That's a pretty good game coming up. I think we should talk about that one.
Yeah, especially with some of those you older folk that watch us. You guys grew up with the Canadians being a really good team, winning the Stanley Cup constantly. Now they're not doing so hot.
They're not doing so hot right now, no. But, maybe they might make the playoffs. They might be able to win the Stanley Cup. It's a wild card team, and who knows what they can do now.
Yeah. Moving along, we're going to start talking about the Coyotes versus the Avalanche. Avalanche is doing really good this week, and this year, honestly. Being top of their league in a little bit of time.
Yeah, I know. It's so little left in the NHL, and I think they've got a good run ahead of them in the playoffs.
Alrighty, I think that wraps up our time here.
I think that is about our time right now.
I'm Move Along Ron, and
I'm Herbert Blaine Wolfenstein Dawson Bergerdorf.
And this is the Sports Channel.
Oh, wow, fun story.
I know.
Fun story by the sports team down there. Good job, guys.
They work hard.
Oh, one story in particular caught my eye or my ear rather. I was listening to it. The prank that they pulled, that there was that player that never existed. It was a very interesting name. Yeah, it reminded me a lot of the time that I spent circling around the United States. I did a one-act show. I was called Chop Sung Georgie. Chop Sung Georgie. I had a katana and I had a piece of paper that I would stick in my mouth. I'd throw the katana in the air and it would land in front of me and it would cut the paper. It was my little skit.
One-man show.
Little one-man show.
I'm
Yes.
just a professional, and
Yeah.
I've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
So-
Instead, I like to have fun. You don't know. Yeah. Don't know much
being
about
fun.
that.
Your professionalism and all.
Yeah, history segment. Anyways, what's next on our schedule here?
Our little agenda, we got that fun little social media thing.
Oh,
Gonna take our job.
They're gonna replace us.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, take it away, modern media.
40 years ago, we had 2 lines and a dot. 40 years after that, we now have me. Hi, I'm Larry T. Bird, otherwise known as social media. Now, I know some people out there are trying to say, oh, isn't social media hurting your brain? Isn't it hurting your self-esteem? And to them I say, Theodore Roosevelt once said, comparison is the thief of joy. So just don't compare yourself. But hey, I'm getting off track. I'm here to talk about how great I am. Thanks to me, people are donating money every single day. And I, in return, give them views and likes. Thanks to me, you can now chat with anyone, from anywhere, at any time. You can get the news way quicker that way, don't you think? So I'm proposing hashtag the new news. Alright, whenever you need to get anything out there, just put hashtag the new news and I'll put it all over. It'll be everywhere. Stop trying to cancel Mr. Potato Head, and we start trying to cancel local news stations. Oh, looks like there's a new hashtag trending. Hashtag donut diabetes. Let's go, people.
Well, that was something alright.
That was one interesting story.
After all of that, I'm I'm not convinced. There's no way.
New media is not taking my job. I'm sure I've worked too hard for this. I have. I really have.
I mean, can you imagine any other way besides two people talking to give you the news?
I have to include my own opinions in the news. I mean, how would you get your news? You
There's
have
no
to.
other way. I mean, I went to journalism school.
Yes.
For a very long time.
Yeah.
And I don't think that some guy on the internet could take it. I mean, some guy who's definitely trying to be smarter than he is. $20. $20, he has no idea who Roosevelt is.
$50, he doesn't know who Theodore Roosevelt is. Oh, man.
There's no way.
No way at all.
You know, I think this was one of our most successful broadcasts. I had fun. We got a lot of interesting topics.
We each had a story. We made fun of new media. I think we had a great time in this
really
broadcast.
Important that we made fun of the new media.
Yes, very important.
Well, as always, George Frontman.
And this was Jeffrey Dahmer.
Dahmer.
And Kai. Jim.
Oh my God.
Diabetes. Let's go, people.